Moses was gone from the camp after they had crossed the Red Sea and the Egyptians had been destroyed. He led the Israelites to Mount Sinai as instructed by the Lord. And then he left them at the base of the temple and went into the presence of God to receive the word of God, to receive the 10 Commandments. But he was gone for 40 days and 40 nights. And within that time, Israel drifted, they made the golden calf. We know the story. Here is where the story begins, though. I believe in chapter 30, had to be 33, 32 or 33 of Exodus. God told Moses, those guys you left behind, they've already perverted themselves. So, go and deal with it. Now, most of us have watched the movie The 10 Commandments. We saw what happened when Moses saw them. He threw the tablets at the golden calf. That's not what happened in the Bible, but it's good dramatization. There's no offense, nothing spoiled. In the Bible, he burnt the calf, of course. He grounded the tables of stone, the law that God had given him, and he put it in the water that the people may drink it. That was not what God asked him to do. That is not what God asked him to do. He was angry and he was reacting. And that's what this is about. A lot of us, especially those of us who call ourselves genuine children of God, who are in some capacity working in ministry. All of us should be in ministry one way or the other. You are gifted with something. But whatever the case, if you happen to hold an office, maybe you are a father, a pastor, a prophet, a governor or president, whatever, you are in a position of authority. And you can see that the people that have been put in your charge have failed in following you. Let me narrow this down to the marriage, to the family. As a man, you see that your children have not lived up to what God has expected of you, and God has given you a law, a vision for what you're supposed to do with them. Okay? Even as a wife, say your husband has not been a good man, and you find that you find that you have to be carrying a heavier load than you're supposed to, a load that you're not even designed to carry. So you see now that your husband, let's say your husband has a side chick, he's been cheating on you, or maybe he does even worse than that. Maybe he has started stealing and has been arrested, or maybe he has started beating his children, or even getting mad at you, getting physical with you. And God has given you what you're supposed to do. God has told you what to do. And God now says, yeah, go and do it. So you're a man and your wife is cheating on you, and you find out that your children are not your children. Glory be to God. They're not carrying your DNA, or they have been committing sins. You get there, and like Moses, you're supposed to give them the word of God. You're supposed to do what God has instructed you to do. But you're so angry at what the people that God has sent you to are doing, that instead of giving them the law, the vision, the message, that the duty that God has expressly exhorted you to perform, you crush it, you break it. You say it's because of what they did that I am angry. And instead of giving them the law, you are giving them bitter waters to drink, maybe by a bad attitude. Like Jesus said, he said, you cannot expect, how did he say it now? You cannot expect grapes to come out of thistles or something. I'll look for the passage. He said, listen, what you are doing is not the result of what people are doing to you. And that's the mistake you keep making. No. What you are doing is a function of what is inside you. Guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it come the issues of life. What you're doing, the words you are speaking. The anger. That we're talking about Moses here, who has had anger since he was a young guy, when he killed somebody, an Egyptian, and now anger again that he crushed the law of God, and then anger also when he struck the rock. Oh, Moses has anger issues. He had anger issues, and he was reacting from his anger. He wasn't being righteous. He was reacting. And a lot of us make that mistake. We think we are being righteous when we talk to other people in bad ways, when we react to other people in ways that God did not instruct us to. He said, be at peace with all men. He said, if any man strikes you on the left, turn the right, and so on and so forth. He said, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, pray for them that despitefully use you and persecute you. So these are the things that God said you should do, and that's exactly what Jesus illustrated with his own life. So Talefe Fidio, who are you imitating when you are reacting opposite to what God instructed you to do? Moses got there and crushed the law and gave the people bitter waters to drink. A lot of us are giving bitter waters to those who are around us. Men, because your wife misbehaved, you are giving her bitter waters, and your children, you are giving them bitter waters. Pastors from the pulpit, you are spitting poison because of something that happened, let me even go there, 400 years ago. What did God even say to Israel after they left Egypt? After they left slavery in Egypt? He said, Edom is your brother. He said, Egypt is your brother. Because you were slaves there. Don't be mad at them. But some pastors will stand on the pulpit and spit poison. Is that what God asked you to do? Is that what God asked you to do? Here is the joy of it though. God is not condemning you. Like he did to Moses after Moses crushed the law and gave the people poison, gave them bitter waters to drink. In Exodus chapter 34, picking it from verse 1, God said, and the Lord said unto Moses, hew thee 2 tables of stone like unto the first, like the first one I gave to you. And I will write upon these tables the words that were in the first tables, which thou brakest. And be ready in the morning, verse 2, and come up in the morning unto Mount Sinai, and present thyself there to me in the top of the mount. You made a mistake and you destroyed your previous marriage. You made a mistake and you had a child out of wedlock. You made a mistake and you abandoned the woman you got pregnant. You made a mistake and you allowed yourself to get seduced to having a child for a man you're not married to. You made a mistake and you formed single mother and you formed independent woman until you found yourself old and alone. You made a mistake and you sold wild oats, and there are about 5 or 6 women now who are carrying children for you. You made a mistake, and when you were younger, you were frivolous with your life. And now you are not where God instructed you to be. You made a mistake and you abused those whom God put in your charge. And you gave them poison and bitter waters to drink. And God is saying, I'm not kicking you over what you did yesterday. I'm not kicking you over what happened to you in the past. That's so in the past. Now, I'm not going to cut new stone. You are going to cut new stone. You are going to bring yourself back to me, and you are going to cut out of that stubbornness, out of that stone that used to be you. You are going to cut something new, a fresh heart that you are going to present to me, and I'm going to write the same law that I wrote in the past. I'm going to write the same words that I wrote in the past. God has never changed. His word has never changed. It is you who changed. But God is ready to do something new in your life. He's telling you, yes, yesterday has happened. History has happened. The past has happened. But we are in today. Today, come before me with a fresh heart. My word is not going to change. I'm going to write the same word in it that I wrote in the one that you broke. But you cut out a new heart from stone. The stone that is the stubbornness of your heart. Cut out a new heart and let me write the same words in it. And now go and put those same words into practice that you failed to do in time past. That is what God is saying today. so that you can now go back and give my people the word of truth, unadulterated, unbroken, unspoiled by your own emotion, by your own anger, by your own righteous indignation. Sidestep all that. Cut out a new heart, and I'll write the same words in it. And those words will never change. They are the same yesterday, today, and forever. What He has written in them is what is still in them. Has God said? Yes, God has said, eat of every fruit, but don't eat of that fruit. As God said, yes, come boldly to the throne of grace and obtain mercy. As God said, yes, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not kill. As God said, yes, speak the truth, even though it's going to hurt you. That's the word of God, and it's never going to change. Now come with humility, with meekness, with brokenness, and let God write those same words back in your heart. Then go and give it to the same people whom you abused. I'm going to stop here. Thank you for watching. Ask a question. Whatever, no, you know what? Whether you are a man or a woman, whatever it is that was broken in time past, come anew. Whether you are divorced or alone, or never married, I'm being particular about marriage right now and divorce. Whatever it is that is your history, cut out a fresh heart. I didn't change my word, but cut out a fresh heart. And let me write that same word back in you. Husband, you don't leave your wife, even if she's not a good woman. Wife, you don't leave your husband, even if he does not obey the word. And if you've been alone for so long, go back to God and get the clarity of what God expects of you. I'm going to stop there. Leave a comment, ask a question, leave an insult, leave an abuse. Forward this video to anybody who may need it. Click on like, click on subscribe, click on notification, all the works. God bless you. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day.